I'll use Plunker for this, so head over to plnkr.co, plunker.co, and then click on Launch the Editor. Now, if you want to use your local setup, your local editor like Atom, Sublime, WebStorm, whatever, that's totally fine. It'll work the same. I'm just using it here to have, well, a great way of having a workspace everyone is able to start right away. But of course, this will work exactly the same on your local machine. You should see an editor which looks like that. And well, yeah, that is what we'll be working with. We can create new files here on the left, and we will do so throughout this project. Here we can work in a file, and here on the right, if we click on this eye on live preview, we can see our running project. If we do need to refresh it for some reason, and it should auto refresh, but if we do need to refresh it, we can click this refresh icon here, this green one. Now with that, we should be able to start. The first thing I'll do is I'll change the styling. You see, we already import the style sheet here, so all I need to do is change it, and I prepared some styles for that. Now, of course, you can find all those styles attached to this lecture, so you don't have to pause and write all of that. But basically, that's just some styling I'll use throughout this project to give it a nicer look. However, since this is not really about styling or CSS, I'm just pasting this in here, and yeah, as I said, you'll find it attached. Next, I'll work on the index.html file. I also prepared some HTML code which you will find attached, and all this code does is it will create this interface you see on the right, but I'll go through it step by step. However, I haven't really mentioned what we're going to build. And the app kind of shows it. We're building a really simple weather app where we can search for a city name, click on show weather, and then hopefully we see some information about the weather in that city. So not too fancy, but really nice and showcasing a lot of features we learned throughout this course. Therefore, in the HTML code, I have my header, and then I have this main section where I do have my search area with the label, the input, and the button. And then I have this part here, which we're not able to see right now because it's hidden by default. It's kind of a loading text, and then the weather information with the city name, the weather description, and the temperature. And of course, we will conditionally show and fill this with data with JavaScript. So really looking forward to that. So right now, if you click show weather, of course, nothing happens because no scripting is going on. The first thing I'll do is I'll remove the script tag here at the top and instead add one right here at the bottom before exiting the body part. So I'll write script here, and you can just type it and then hit tab to automatically create an opening and closing tag. And here I will import a script named app.js. I'll create that soon. So I'll go to my script.js and delete this file because I will create a new one which I'll name app.js here, like that. Now in this app.js file, I want to hook up this button to fire an event so that we can actually see the weather, or that we can actually load the weather for a certain city. And of course, I also want to do all the other logic, so reaching out to some service to fetch the weather and to then display it here on the web page. So with that, these are the basic preparations, and in the next part, I'll actually dive into writing that code.